Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Friday morning or Friday evening or Saturday, wherever you're at in the world. Hope you're having a wonderful day or had a wonderful day or slept really well, wherever you are. So excited to bring messages of love from above today. As always, or at least recently, I do want to start off by sending love out into the world. Each one of us that sends love out into the world, unconditional love, counteracts 700,000 other individuals who are experiencing low vibrational love, that of fear, all that chaos, and all that human experience. So, and as we join together at the same time, it even amplifies it more than just 700,000 each. So, if you'd like to join me, I really appreciate you doing so. We're just going to take a deep breath, come back to this moment. And you can do this even on replay. Your energy joins us outside of space and time. So even if you're watching this later, you can give your energy into this moment. We allow that unconditional love just to drop down and fill us up, fill our hearts up and overflow out to the world. And anyone that's in chat or on replay that need the energy yourself, we're sending it to you right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. I did want to mention I saw this wonderful, I think it was on Twitter, from The Secret. If you've ever watched that movie or read the book, they had I followed them on Twitter, I think, and they had a wonderful reminder, and it said to improve any day immediately, say and feel thank you 7 times in a row, and that does change our energy from focusing on what is not in our lives or what we don't want in our lives, and it switches our energy to gratitude about what is in our life. So it's a very powerful thing to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you want to switch your energy around at any time, just remember that, and I love it. All right. Other quick announcement. I just want to make sure everyone knows that I'm changing some of my times on the weekend because I'm not going to go on Instagram live for a while. I'm just going to focus on YouTube. Got to balance my energies out and honor my energy. So, heard a message loud and clear to do that. And so, rather than going at 8 p.m. on Saturday evening, I'm going to be 7 p.m. every night of the week, Mountain Time. So that makes it easy. And then also Sunday mornings, I was doing 10 a.m. But Friday and Saturday, I go at 11 a.m. Mountain. And so I'm just going to bump up Sunday so that all the weekend mornings are at 11 a.m. and all the week, every night during the entire week is 7 p.m. Mountain. So I just want to make sure everyone was aware in case you do attend those and you didn't show up and go, where is he? Why isn't he here yet? Or what? What? He already came on? What's the deal? So I just want to make sure you guys all knew that. All right. And then, of course, we have one more day left on the weekly giveaway. Uh, and this will be the second week that I'm going to be having this. And I'm just going to pop this into the chat, which is the video to how you enter the chance at the weekly drawing for a 30-minute free personal recorded reading from me. It does have to do with the weekly energy updates, which I will also post down here, the link to the playlist for all of those. So check those out, and I will be closing the drawing sometime tomorrow, probably after my morning session. I'll post a little um, pinned comment on each of the 12 videos from last week that was for the energy of this week, and then I will draw and have a announcement on Sunday for the winner. Also, all the November readings are out. So if you want to see what's coming up for you in November, boom, there's the link for that. So I'm excited for this November. There was some really awesome readings, and I'm excited for the energy that is happening. We're coming out of retrograde and a lot of stuff, which does help as well. All right. So let me just get the chat all popped out here and we will get moving and a grooving. So just going to say hi to everyone real quick who's already commented or here. Hey, Jazz, welcome. And Liliana, KDP, Mishra, Anjali, hey, Aditi and Ling, welcome, welcome back. And Angelina, Angie, Marie, and we have the 1111 Mystical Anjou. I like that. The Doll Face Diva, welcome. Rishi and Vidi, hello, hello. Strawberry Rose and Wave Killer, Great Quartz. Liza, hello. DK, Honey Dip, Vani. Wow, thank you guys so much for being here. I feel the love, I feel the energy, and thank you for joining and bringing this beautiful, beautiful energy into the world. So we will get started here and get through as many readings as we possibly can. So, Jazz, you would like a check in with the Jay's current energy towards you and if there will be any action soon. Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, we clarified that, right? Like a strong rebirth. So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the runic tarot, not like ruined, but like the runes. And we will see here. Chicken and Jane, then Liliana. Hello, hello. You will be up next. All right. So let's take a look here. Jay's current energy. Any action soon? Okay. Well, yeah, he definitely is going through his like rebirth because here's the Six of Cups, which is all about looking over past memories, nostalgia, really doing some transformation on old memories and old thoughts and all of that. And he has the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, are all about our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations. And the page is about, with that Ace of Swords, he is connecting to some really significant truths and reviewing his emotions, which is taking him to a new level. And he's cutting away old thoughts and old beliefs. Yeah, and there's also the Fool card. I think this is kind of some of the same energies that came up with him before. So he is definitely ending old cycles and having these new beginnings and new things coming in. So they definitely are confirming that they're on this adventure. Yeah. And they said, pull from the bottom of the deck. And then there's the Hierophant, which is moving up in his spirituality, moving up in his beliefs, moving up in the way they're seeing things. So, um, they might be going off to become a missionary. I'm just kidding. But they are going up in this level of where they're at. Are they going to have any action towards Jazz? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, you've got the Star card, which is the hope card, which is great. So they're like, keep hope because they have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the endings and new beginnings. There we go. So the wheel will be turning, but it's the fates turning that are for you. And so positive thing. And then you also have the Eight of Wands, which is all about action, action, action. So they are very generously letting us in on the secret. So that's good. So that he is going through all this. Just keep hope that things will switch. The Wheel of Fortune will change. There will be action that comes into your life. And I'm not necessarily if it's going to be soon, though. I kind of feel like it's taken some time for the cement to dry with these new thoughts and these new beliefs as he's cutting away things. So he's definitely on that path, but I don't feel like it's gonna be, like, super soon, super soon. Yeah. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. If you're willing to be patient with it, it feels like it's going to turn into something that's so in alignment with your next stage of your path. So, all right. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings, Jazz. Liliana, you are next. And then KDP, you'll be up after that. And Liliana, you are on vacation with your big sister, and you want to know if she will give you permission to have fun with your new friend Sebastian. Uh-oh. Well, let's take a look here and see if Big Sister, what she's going to do. I feel like she's going to be the agent of spirit and give you the experience that's for your highest experience. So I feel like she's, regardless of how she does it, I really feel like spirit is saying they are going to act on their behalf for you. Well, there is Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities in the outside world, but there's also the Eight of Swords. So maybe this is how you feel like like you feel your sister's keeping you trapped and held hostage, right? But I feel like that is you, and spirit is saying that really look at what your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets are keeping you restricted and feeling that way. It's not your sister making you feel that way, because you do have Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is about new emotion, new love, new, emotional experiences. So I feel like there's going to be this balance where it's not necessarily that, an unbridled, yeah, because you have the death and rebirth card here. So there is a change that's coming through this. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, finding your wholeness and your completeness within you, within yourself too. So, yeah, let me see here. I kind of feel like in the middle. Yeah, you have the Five of Cups. Oh, boo, 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 boo. So, these are the disappointing expectations of the emotional world. You have the Two of Cups, which is all about the power of emotional choice. And that's what I feel. I feel like you are going through this experience where she's like, like not days and days. And it's like either she wants to go with you and that they can come along with you. But I feel like she's like, this is our time. And you have this emotional choice to not be upset by it. And if your sister decides, this much to let you have fun and the rest of it, she wants you with her, that if you choose, because you get to choose what story you put to anything and what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. If you do that, then you will um, be able to have these new experiences and these new emotions and this bonding with your sister in a way you haven't had before. um and it's like this balancing out. It's like you deciding, like, whatever happens, I'm going to have fun and I'm going to be able to have a great time, and I'm going to make the most of the time with my sister, make the most of the time that I do get to spend with your new friend. And whatever your sister, the compromise or whatever, it's like, yeah, that sounds great, thank you, and it's like that type of experience I feel here, because it's kind of like this mesh between the two. And I feel like your big sister is watching out for you, but she's also, like I said, acting as a what do they call it, like a representative of spirit for you, that they're like, okay, this is your mirror, this is your opportunity to choose in this situation and enjoy it. And with whatever comes the way, that this is the time to just choose and you get to do that. So I love it for you there because it's gonna be good. You're gonna have fun. So I love it. Right, Liliana? That is what spirit has for you. Many blessings. All right, Katie P. Hello, hello. Will Jordan ever make up his mind about us and wanting a commitment? Let's take a look here. What spirit would like you to know? So, regarding Jordan, what would you like? Okay. Hmm. So, your first card is the lovers. So, I think that is a big yes that they will. But and I think you got this the last couple times when we were talking about Jordan too, something similar with the 10 of Pentacles, this is if you don't kill him with expectations, then yeah. This is also you trying to live up to everyone's expectations. All those swords are the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, the attitudes, all the expectations on the supposed to be and the should be and the need to be and the have to be and the must be, you know, all those things. And the 10 of Swords is this great card to have because it's the ending of those and the beginning of new. It's your letting go of the expectation of what it's supposed to be, when it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be. And if you do that, it's almost like when and they're showing me like a cat, I don't know why. So it's like there's a stray cat out in the backyard, and if you go rushing toward it, it's gonna take off and run. But if you sit there without expectation and just put out milk and food and sit there patiently, eventually they come there and they'll keep coming back because there's nothing that's pushing them away, the fears. And I feel like that's what in relationships in general, expectations of each other, what takes the wind out of each other's sails. Because when you feel like, especially if there's a lot of expectations, we um, fear failing, right? Whenever there's a lot, it's like if you are applying for a job that it's such a tough job and it's like the money's not worth it. No, it's okay. I'd rather have a dollar less and have a sane mind. I'm not going to have an emotional breakdown, and that's the way with the relationships. The less expectations we have and the more gratitude we have around someone, the bigger and the closer the relationship is able to have because you just everything they do is above and beyond. And who wouldn't want to be in a relationship where they can be themselves and they're celebrated for who they are and not told how they're not living up to who they are? And that's the same thing for ourselves too. When we have ourselves under this long list of things that we have to do in order to be lovable, oh my God, we get exhausted. We end up saying, I can't handle it anymore. Because, when we're trying to live up to all these perceived expectations in the world, everyone has different ones on their list. They're not all exactly the same because we all were raised differently. So we're displeasing people all over the place, and people are getting mad because we're not living up to what they want us to be. And we're like, well, it's a mirror for us to free ourselves from all that pressure and all that prison, right? And you had the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a great card to have because the Pentacles, is about the outside world and how you feel about your worth related to the outside world. And again, it's this a great thing to come up in a relationship reading because it does show a solid foundation in the outside world. And, it comes back to that letting go of the expectations. When you stop pushing, trying to have something happen and you just allow it, then it comes to you. But the more we try to pursue something, it's like almost like the opposite side of the magnet, instead of attracting, it repels. We're like, why is it not coming to me? And it's like, well, because when you turn to receive, then it but when we're trying to make things happen and trying to force people to do things we think they should be doing, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, all that stuff. Like I said, it takes the wind out of our sails, It's if I have to do 100 things just to get up to ground zero, then it's not an investment, right? And so I feel like that as you release more and more and more of those, and he releases more and more and more of those, that that helps with the indecision, right? Because it's the indecision comes in, like I was talking about with that job. If there's a lot of requirements for it and the money's good in the beginning, it seems good in the beginning, but over time it wears you down, and then you have that indecision of, is that what I want, or is it just you know, more of a choice of freedom and feeling not so suppressed. And that's what every relationship goes through. So it's not just, this is you, Katie. No, this is relationships and their point of view and your point of view. Even if we're not conscious of it, it's all bubbling down underneath. So um, they want you to let go of the when. That's part of the expectation is go with the flow, and you're like, "No." I know. I've been there. I've been there several times. So I get the frustration around I need it to hear, but the when is one of the expectations. In a relationship with someone after these many years-ish, this is what it should be. And it's like, who says? What is that movie, Love Actually, or something else? There's one where there's all these different types of people going through different types of relationships. um, I forget who's in it right now, but you probably know the movie, and like, oh, it's Jennifer Aniston and my mind went totally blank on his name. He just married J Lo, I think. But like they're one of the couples, and then there's another couple, and other couples, and more, and they're all going through different types of relationships. And I love the movie because it really shows that it doesn't all have to fit into cookie cutter expectations. It's like what works for the two of you really works, not in our minds. So I think that was for more than just you. I think this was for a lot of people. That's why they had me go into such detail. So thank you for your patience, Katie, and everyone else. That's what Spirit has for you right now. So many blessings. All right. And oops, sorry, it scrolled really fast there. So Devancha Mishra, you are up next. And then Anjali, you will be next after that. So Mishra, you want to know the current energy of Arjun and his next action. Let's take a look here. I'm going to use the good tarot. Let's see what's going on. Hope you guys are all doing well. I just feel a peace today. Just great love. So the energy of Arjun got the six of water, and so this is like it's the six of cups in the standard tarot, which is about looking back over past emotions, past experiences, and also like people from the past coming into their life. And I feel like the current energy that they have, I feel like they are kind of rehashing old pain, old fears in their life, because they also have the Empress card coming, which, so the next actions towards you is kind of this new beginning, this um, nurturing, birthing type of harvesting type of energy. So there is this, uh, it feels very harvesty, that things are coming to fruition here. And he's got the 10 of wands, the 10 of fire, which is having felt a lot of burden, a lot of energy being invested in their lives. It's coming to an end because this is the 10 is endings and new beginnings. So I feel like whatever they were like caught up in the past and this stuff that they've been regurgitating in their life, that they've been dealing with that, and they are to the point where they're just done with these past influences, people from their past, situations from their past, all these stuff from their past, and they're ready for a new start. They don't want to uh, have all that same old that they've been doing there. Yeah, and you have the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups does represent like celebration and joy. Um, and I feel like there's like the 3 of Cups can also represent like 3 different people that are involved in a situation too. So, um, don't know if there was an old love, an old flame that they might have been secretly, you know, thinking, well, I wonder if that, their first crush kind of thing. I wonder if they will ever, could that dream, that little secret dream that's in the back, like whenever we have our first loves and our first crushes, we're like, because we have this imagination that, oh, this is what it was going to be, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like why things are changing. Whatever this thing that they had in their head, they like see them, or they see that they're married, and or they see who they are now, and they're like, oh wow, the fantasy did not meet up with their perception, because they see how controlling or whatever they are with their boyfriend or spouse, and they're like, okay, uh, dream concluded and gone. But I feel like that is this movement forward. It's like whatever it was, he's ready to head on. He's got the 5 of Swords here too. So whatever thoughts were conflicting inside, I feel like there's a change and a movement in that too. So I feel like there's going to be like a maybe like a restart between your guys' relationship, where it's almost like that he's going to come about it in a new way. It's almost like his preconceived perceptions and everything else. Now that he's letting a lot of that stuff go, he's going to look at you with new eyes and with new energy. Um, so you will see what that means. They kind of are letting the rest of that be a little mystery. So we'll see how it unfolds in the next week or so with that. And just in the meantime, while we're in our patiently waiting room, we work on our insights, we work on our self-love, because the more and the faster we work on our self-love, the faster the outside world picks back up. But when we have a pause, it's always for us to reflect on our inner self for our own self-love. So that's what they have for you right now, Mishra. So many blessings to you. All right, Anjali, you are up next, and then Aditi, you will be up after that. And thank you guys so much for all of you that have already given the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel so much. It helps spread the Zen love to the world. So thank you guys for doing that. All right. So Anjali, what are Satish is intentions, next actions towards you? So let's take a look here. What is happening? So the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Air in this suit, but it's the 7 of Swords in the Standard Tarot, has to do with our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets, expectations, and how um, really looking into the thoughts and the beliefs that are stealing something from our lives, like stealing our joy, stealing our fulfillment, whatever it might be. It's like, what thought and belief is making me feel restricted, and what is going on, and it's the odd numbers are that something has been plopped right down in the middle of their lives. Because if you think like a 6 would be 3 on each side, there's this beautiful movement of thought and belief, and everything's going along smoothly. And then the universe, for the sake of all of us, plops down something, the number 7, the 7th sword, right in the middle that blocks this, and because it's time for them to look at something. And so right now, they are going through this, bumping up against this thought and this belief. And so I really feel like right now that they're in their heads. They are really withdrawn because they also have the hermit card that popped up here. So, they are turned inward, really looking at themselves, trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening. I don't know. What does this mean? Why don't I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? They're really in their head and turned inward. So I feel they've pulled back in their life for this time of reflection. And then they have the Queen of Fire here. There it goes. Sorry for the glare there. I'm enjoying the natural light coming in. It was all snowy and cloudy yesterday, which I love, but I also love the sunlight. So we got the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands, which this is you for during this situation because you are on this, like Mishra is in this waiting room. You might even look across the room and say, "Hey, Mishra," and "Hey, Anjali," because I feel like you guys are kind of in this, kind of pause with relationships. And, but this is you, you have this fire, this passion, this drive, this great ability to whatever you focus on, you, when you super focus your energy in one direction, you make things happen. And it also has this great energy of being able, you have a great amount of intuition and gut instinct, and it's trusting your heart and connecting to the spirit realm too. So while you're in this waiting room, they're like, what are you going to focus your energy on? And you have the magic wand in your hands as the Queen of Fire. And it's like, are you going to focus on what's missing in your life and what you don't want in your life? Or because that expands it when you point the wand that way. But if you point the wand this way at what you're grateful for in your life and what you do want in your life, then that expands. And so I feel like during this time, you really are doing a lot of wonderful uh, focus on redirecting your energy, like that, like I talked about at the beginning of that message from The Secret. How can you change your day around? How can you change your moment around by saying thank you and feeling thank you 7 times in a row, and then that transforms things for you. And the more you do that, I feel like the more that it has the movement start in your outside world, and so the waiting period gets shorter the more we uh, because when we're focusing on what's not in our life, all the universe hears is like, Satish is not doing what I want them to. It's like the universe goes, okay, they don't want Satish to do what they want him to, grow that. And it's like, no, 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 no. I said that's no, no, no. And it's like they don't hear that. They just know where your energy is focused. When you're focused on that, they think you want more of that. If you focus on what you're grateful for, the universe goes, oh, they want more to be grateful for, and they'll bring more great things to be grateful for in your life. And so I feel like that's what is going on there right now for you. So that's what they have for you today, Anjali. So many blessings for you. All right, Aditi, you are up next, and you want to join a reading, and then Ling, the Aries, you'll be up next after that. So Aditi, you like a November month general reading. We'll do that. And then also, I posted the monthly readings by individual zodiac sign. So you can check out your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign. And as you guys do that, this is for everyone, your sun sign kind of represents your desires and your wants in life. And so that will help you understand what's coming with that. And of course, your moon sign is your emotions, but also it's what you revert to when you're stressing out. And so it's the emotional experience that you'll have. And then the rising sign is like the lens through which you see the world. So that also gives you a different way to look at it. If you know your Venus sign, that tells you how you want to be loved and how you want to express love. Mars is how you interact with male authority energy. So if you know your Mars, you can look into the energies of that. So wonderful, wonderful information. We always wish, why didn't we get like a user manual when we came down here? And then it's like astrology is like the user manual, tells you so much about how you specifically work and all these influences. So there you go. That's a message from spirit for everyone about astrology. Righty, DT. November monthly general reading. What would spirit like you to know? Okay. And these two. Okay. So you have kind of a month of decisions that are coming up because you have both the Two of Swords, and which is Two of Air, and then Two of Water, which is Two of Cups. So you have some like you're going to come to some forks in a road where it is things where you need to make a choice and a decision about. And I love that you have both of these, because the Two of Air is about the stories that you apply to situation, and of course the Two of Cups is the emotion that you choose around a situation. So you do have these wonderful opportunities that will come up where you'll be right there, and it's going to be, what am I going to choose? Do I want to choose, a story of unconditional love, emotions of unconditional love? Or do I want to pick stories that are the fear of losing conditional love, or the fear, stories of that, or emotions of that? And so you do have this wonderful growth opportunity that's coming in, and I like that they're like, and here are your two choices. You have the 10 of Air, which is the 10 of Swords, which really is about, usually, like, I think I already showed a card where there's someone laying, down, with 10 swords stuck in their back. It's like, do you want to feel the fears and that exhaustion of trying to live up to all those expectations? Or do you want to feel the hope and the brightness and this connection, the star being your higher self and your powerful self? It's like, which way do you go? Which way do you go? And neither is a wrong choice and neither is a right choice. They're just different choices. And you get to choose what you feel. And the great thing is that if you choose one, and like, oh, well, our habit, of course, as humans, is to choose that fear of losing conditional love, because that's what we're all taught. When this thing happens, that's what it means. When this thing happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. And so we do, and it's like, oh, and you're like, but I'm tired of feeling that way. I want to choose the other one. And you can choose the other one instead. So you can choose both. You can go back and forth, one moment to the next, one moment to the next. And I feel like your month of November is just going to be this opportunity of choices, choices of the story that you apply to each situation and the emotion you want to feel as you go through them. So that does tell me there are going to be some, you know, things that have the opportunity to be disappointing, but also in that moment, there's the opportunity to change your habit of how you normally feel about something, or how you normally think about something too. So, wonderful opportunities. Can you tell us, is it going to be about relationships or money or what? Okay, they already gave me a card. So it's the Four of Pentacles, which is the outside world. And the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Earth, is about that. And basically, they're saying, yes, it's relationships, it's situations, and body, like things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. So it's all areas of your life, but it's all for you to find the stability of your worth within yourself. So it's like, yeah, it's just all over the place. November, you can have opportunities in all areas of your life for that transformation and that change. So I like that for you. I know it seems like, what, but it's so empowering. I mean, I feel like after you get to the end of the month, November, you're just going to be like flexing your choice muscles and going, I get to decide what everything means and how I feel. So I really like it. So that's what they have for you, Aditi. Blessings to you. Hey, Ling. Hello again, and welcome back. Thank you guys. I have so many of you wonderful people that return um, quite a lot, and it means a lot to me. So please know that I do appreciate seeing you, and don't ever feel bad about, hey, I have another question today or anything. I'm like, that's what we're here for, and Spirit loves you, wanting to connect with them. In fact, we might even be doing maybe taking some time in some of the future reading times. I know, like, don't take away the reading times, but maybe I'll add on, maybe show up earlier, or extend it a half hour. And like the first half hour is talking about how we can connect to spirit and how can we expand our gifts. Not that I'm like, I don't mind, bringing the messages, but they want you guys to also talk to them one on one. So I feel like they want me to eventually do that too, and help, give you advice and answer questions and that type of thing. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So Ling, and then Angelina, you will be up next. So, Ling, do you see when S will confess to you or tell you their feelings? Does he want long term commitment? All right. Well, we are going circling back to the runic tarot. Let's see what we've got. So, let's find out first here. Does he want a long term commitment? Okay. And okay, thank you. Say, will he confess or tell you that about the feelings? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. So, does he want a long term commitment with you? Got the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and new birth, and things coming in. Um, this does not feel like long term commitment, but I feel it's new, and so they aren't looking that far into the future. They're just more looking at, this is the harvest time. They're not looking at future harvests. They're just looking at seeds were planted, summer, things were growing, and here comes a harvest where, whatever you've gone through, there's some fruit that comes from it, but I don't feel like they are thinking that far in advance, quite honestly. It just feels like they're very about right now. Um, yeah, because they are working through. They've got the Page of Swords, which is new communication, which is good, and there's also the Chariot, which is about movement and action and choice. So it's like choices are being made, decisions are being made, and new communication is coming. It's like a decision needs to be made, and it's like they um, will be looking at making a decision, and there is movement in that. But then the card that we don't normally are like, oh, yay, we get the Temperance, the Balance card, Patience card. It's like, no, be patient, which means it takes them time to make decisions. So this might be something I feel like is in their life. Like this is something that in every area of their life they have this hesitancy in making decisions, and they either overthink and really think through things, and then they have fears of making wrong choices. So then they are like, well, let me rethink about all that again. When they get up to me, oh, it's like they're showing me someone like that's going to jump off a high dive into a pool, and they get to the edge and like, oh, I'll be next. They get to the edge, I'll be next, and they keep rethinking it. Eventually they'll make the plunge because they don't want to go back all the way down the ladder, but and they see other people making the jump, they'll eventually share. But I feel like they're in just this huge mental thinking process, and that it's kind of their thing, that they take a long time to make decisions because they don't want to make wrong ones because they have a great amount of fear of failure. So I feel like that's what's going on with them right now. And if you're like, you know what, snooze, you lose, because what's meant for you will never pass you by. But I feel that temperance in that patience card is telling them it's going to be a while. So if you want that kind of relationship, it's just about letting them make the decisions on their own timing. You can't rush them. It's like trying to rush bread, rising and baking in the oven. You take it out too early and you force it, or you turn it up too high, it's going to burn. It has to be the right temperature for the right amount of time for it to come out delicious. Otherwise, it's going to be all gooey and not finished on the inside, or it's going to be burnt on the bottom. So I think that's how bread works. I really don't know. Maybe spirit does, but I think you get the picture. So that's what they have for you, Ling. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Angelina, you will be up next. Who's coming towards you with a solid commitment? And then on Anjali, we'll do an angel message for you. And then Angie. Wow, look at that. Angelina, Anjali, and Angie. I love it. All right. And thank you for being a new subscriber, Angie. All right. So, Angelina, who's coming towards you with a solid commitment? What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, you got three major arcana. The first one is the star card, which is about hope and, this. It's like a wish fulfillment card. So it's like wishing upon a star, right? And you also got the sun card coming in, which is very, very, it's like one of the most successful beneficial cards. So I feel like whoever you have this wish upon a star about, that this is what will be coming forward for you. We do have the Hierophant here too, which the Hierophant, like say, three major arcana. There's this major thing that's coming forward towards you, and the Hierophant is about like movement up in legal contract commitment things. So I really feel like that a commitment is coming soon. I mean, you even mentioned solid commitment, but that's what this is like, having a contract, committing to something, right? So I really feel like this is coming for you very soon. And the who, I feel, is like this wish come true kind of feeling for it. So I do like that for you. And let me see here if we have any kind of when-ness. I know, do we want the patience card to pop up? We're like, no, just uh, just so we know, just so we can pace ourselves. What would you like her to know about timing? Yep, none of those. I don't think they are you gonna withhold? Well, you do have the Page of Pentacles, which does talk about new opportunities coming up here in the near future. So there is this new opportunity that it will be coming, but as far as timing, they're like, it's coming, but and you have the King of Cups. So it's someone who's very balanced with their emotions and their mind. They're not like super, super like in their head where there are no emotions, and they're not an emotionally fiery, person that just acts without thinking. It's a very well balanced individual. So I think you probably know who that is. And I see great things that are happening, but they're not telling us the exact timing. Like, is it soon? Is it later? Is it da da da? And they're just like, that's it. You get to just go with the flow for right now. So that is what they have for you, Angelina. So many blessings for you. All right, Anjali. Um, I have these beautiful angels and ancestors cards. I'm not sure if it was you that said you like these cards too, but due to so many readings now, everything kind of blends together. So it might or might not be you. But this is where we're going to pull from for you. Okay, it's this one right here. Let's take a quick drink here. Oh, beautiful. So you got Eagle, seeing things from a higher perspective. What a powerful card. Get your little third eye there. And let's see what message comes in from the Eagle. So it says, look at things from a different angle, fly higher and see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. He is a powerful, strong, and courageous guide who's able to see for miles. He approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. And the extended message says that eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you're being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. Wonderful, wonderful message from your angels. So I love that for you. Beautiful, beautiful power that comes with that. All right. Many blessings to you, Anjali. All right, Angie, you will be up next here. And hey, Marie Jones, welcome, welcome. We'll give you your career reading next after Angie. So, Angie, again, thank you for being a new subscriber. And you want to know, how will your future spouse personality traits be, and what we can know about their zodiac sign? So we're going to pull here. Actually, they do want me to go with the good tarot, so we will use those. All right. So let's take a look here. What will they let you know about your future spouse? Okay. What else, please? Okay. Okay. Anything else? All right. So let's get all of these together here. So you do have the Three of Pentacles, which the Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles does tell us that it's someone who really uh, like sticks to their path, to their authentic path. They're someone who doesn't listen to a lot of people's opinions and expectations and advice. It's someone that really is their authentic self. They don't put on airs or mirrors or anything like that. They are just themselves. And so that's a very kind of rebellious energy a little bit there, um, but uh, it doesn't feel like they're doing it out of spite or just to prove people wrong. They do it in a gentle way because they also have the two of fire, so it's someone that really has their power within their within their hands. They understand that wherever they invest their energy is what grows, and I feel like that's why they have this authentic path that they go on, because they know that if they try to, I just don't want to upset people, or I want to please people, that it just the energy just kind of goes into a black hole. But when he invests his energy in his authentic path and what he wants, then that just expands, there. So that is what that energy is around him. You also have, because they have the Queen of Water here. So the Queen of Water is, that's where I feel like they have this deep emotional um, connection. They're not like a real big intellectual, person. Not that they're not intelligent. They just don't. Um, Spend a lot of time in their mind. They go more off of their gut instinct and their intuition, and they really are in tune with their emotions. I almost feel like they're in some sort of, I want to say artistic field, but it's more where you express yourself creatively rather than, chicka, 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 kind of way, because there's also, they have the justice card too, which does show a great amount of balance with their mind, because they have the Ace of Swords. So that's why I'm saying they're still intelligent, they still have that, but they understand that there's so much opinion in the outside world, and that a lot of the stuff that they were fed growing up was opinion, and that's why they don't put so much emphasis on all these mental things, because feels like there a lot of it is opinion. That's why he trusts his gut, his instinct, and the connection. I feel like he has some spirituality in him too, because this judgment card is a calling from their higher selves, to where they know there's so much more than the human, and they have the spiritualness of above, and they want to do things differently. They could possibly be an air sign or Aquarius. This is the Aquarius card. So, with everything we've talked about, it almost sounds like a lot of Aquarian energy, where they don't do things the old way. They feel like the old ways don't work anymore, and they're trying to be like this authentic individuals that are going to share this new. That's what the Aquarian, the age of Aquarius is about. The old ways just don't work for us anymore. We need to have new ways to look at things, new ways to do things. And that's that authentic, thing, and where he's investing his energy. So it's kind of like pioneer in a way, that someone is on the cutting edge of doing things in a different way, but they have this heart for humanity. They have wanting to do this type of thing. So it could possibly be someone that's into some sort of social change, something going along with that too. But I really feel like uh, Aquarian energy is huge there. And then you got the star card, which is the Aquarius card, the water bearer. So that is the guidance they have for you right now, Angie. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll keep on going down the list here. Again, thank you guys so much for your patience as I do go down in order. And if you're new to my channel, all you have to do is be subscribed in order to chat. And then you just put whatever question that you're looking for to have answered by Spirit today. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and Spirit will know what you're wanting and will bring the answers through for you as well. So thank you guys also for all the thumbs up. Thank you. It helps out the channel so much, helps spread the Zen love and all those beautiful messages of love from above, and my other videos that I put out, all my recorded videos. So, all right. So, Marie, career reading for November. Let's take a look and see what they have for you. And then Dollface Diva, you will be up next. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, looks like you're going to have some changes that are going to be happening in a positive way. You've got the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands, and it's like you have invested so much energy, so much that you are ready for the end of investing your energy in what you have been to invest it in something else. Because you also have, amongst others, the transformation card, which is death and rebirth. So there is an end to whatever. I feel like with your career, and I don't feel it's not that your career is dying and you're going to rebirth, but I feel like you are putting an end to a direction you were heading, or even if you are choosing to leave a job to go into something else or for another company, I feel like that's what's happening here. You're just like, you know what? I've invested a ton, and it feels like it's going into this black hole that it's not appreciated, or they take credit for it, or whatever it would be, and you don't get the promotion, you don't get the raise, you don't get that. They just take what you do and go, "Thank you." And you're like, "Oh, it's what we expect of you." It's almost like kind of this, "Okay, I'm done." It's not I don't feel like it's resentful. I just feel like you're ready, because you also have the 8 of water, the 8 of cups, which is leaving behind what no longer fulfills you, the emotions that no longer fulfill you, and this is you heading off, to the 9 of cups, the 9 of water, which is the wish fulfillment card. And it's like you are leaving behind old ways, old energies, old things to start and head off into something that's more fulfilling for you. And I feel like that is a personal choice that you're doing though, because you also have the Hierophant, which is about contracts and commitments and signing of paperwork and stuff. So I feel like this is new, like you signing on for new employment. You're signing things, you're making this change and this movement during November. So I feel this is all you though, that are tired of it, um, and you see something new with this wish fulfillment. You're like, you know what? It's not fulfilling anymore. I'm ready to leave all that behind, and I'm going to go off and do this. And I feel like this is your choice that you do in November. Just the opportunities come aboard. And if you don't feel that way today, I feel like something will happen during the month that just is like, okay, this is the same old, same old. I'm ready for something different. I feel like there's a switch of something that happens inside you. Anything else on that? No. Okay. Yeah. They gave the bottom card, the 6 of fire, up, up, and away in your beautiful balloon. This is also the recognition card. So it's you heading off into something that you're wanting to do. Uh, you know, You're letting go of the weights, the things that were holding you down so you can go to new heights. So I love it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Marie. Many blessings to you. All right. Dollface Diva, you are up next. And then the mystical Anjou, you will be after that. All right, Dollface, you'd like messages from Spirit about your current situation. Any advice from Spirit about that? And I do want to go to the Runic Tarot and let's see what they have for you. All right. So, what would you like Dollface Diva to know about the current situation? All right. Let's see what we got going on. So, you have the Five of Swords here, which the Five of Swords represents like conflict of thought and belief. And it can kind of mean these differing expectations between individuals. of like, this is how I think things should go, and that person thinks this is how things should go, and then there's the butting of heads. But I also feel like here's you, the queen of with this queen of swords. You are trying to look from a higher perspective because the ace of swords does allow you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realms, those that are rooted in unconditional love. And it allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, and it also allows you to transform. This 5 is a number of change and transformation, and you standing in your power connected here, also balancing your heart with your head, you allow it's like you see things from this higher perspective where you realize, battling and trying to change each other's mind never works, right? That's where conflict comes in. I think you should think this way. Well, I think you should think that way. Well, I don't care. You need to think the way I think you do. No, you need to think the way I think you should. And then we're just like, bah, bah, which is the present state of politics and everything else in the world. There's just all this us against them mentality. But when you connect to that higher truth of unconditional love and realize we're all in this together and we all have dreams and desires. We all want to be loved and accepted. And we all have these small t truths that were spawned from opinions, popular opinions when we were young, that we were all just poured into us and we just took them on as our own. When we realize there's something higher than that, we allow people to believe whatever they want to believe because we're focusing on higher truth. We don't feel the need to defend those opinions anymore because it's just opinion, right? But there's this wonderful change of conflict when you do see things from a higher perspective, understand where people are coming from, that they have their fears, they have their desires, they have their dreams. And it's like, oh, okay, I don't need to try to convince them of anything. I can let them believe what they want to believe. I don't have to worry about, them trying to convince me to believe anything else because I just know I get to choose inside me what I believe. And there's this kind of truce that's called within your mind and your heart. And when people invite you to a battle, you decline. You're just like, no, it's okay. And that's where I feel this new birth comes in here for you, the Empress card. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, you're focusing on you and your nurturing, which allows newness to come into your life. And it also allows you to move up in the outside world because you have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is like you've been, like an apprentice for years, doing the work, investing all the energy, learning from the master. And then you have done all that, and now you're ready to become the master in the outside world. So there is this movement and this change in the outside world, which means you can move up in relationships, you could, or out of relationships. You can move up in a job or out of a job, up in education or out of education. Any kind of situational things, you're either moving in a different direction or moving up because of where you have had it. Body moving up or moving out of your, don't move out of your body, but like a change in your body, your change in your finances, a change in your home, your situation, your possessions. All of that is represented by the Eight of Pentacles, this movement up. And I feel because of this change of mind, this higher looking at things in this higher way, that it just brings in all these changes. Yeah. Because then you have the nine of swords, the insomnia and nightmare card. All of these thoughts and beliefs and expectations, all of those things that were causing conflict, right? This situation, all this stuff that's been taking a lot of your mental energy, the Queen of Swords solves that with her Ace of Swords, seeing things from that higher perspective and cutting those things away. So I love the mental power that's coming in here because it releases so many things in your life. And that's what opens up the flow in the outside world because you're no longer kind of in conflict and in battle mode. It's more a queen that is balanced with heart and mind, and it allows compassion to for yourself, first of all, and then compassion flows out of you to others as well. So I love that for you, Diva. So that is your message from Spirit today. Hopefully that helped. Many blessings to you. All right, mystical Anjou, you will be next there. And then I think, Angelina, we answered that along with the other one, if I remember your reading. I know there was like three similar names, but I think yours was about um, who you're with and how that's unfolding. So we're going to let that be answered there because I do want to cover as many people as I can. And then Rishi, hello, hello. You'll be up next then. So mystical Anjou, your work, let's see, you are working on yourself and you're on the right path. Or are you on the right path? Shadow work, have you raised your vibration? Uh, from Angel, how more effective work I have to do? Okay. So you want to know just about you're working on yourself and any guidance that Spirit would have for you. And I love, I do want to pull from these crystal medicine oracle cards. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit kind of advice they have for you on this wonderful shadow work, self uh, vibrational work. I love the focus on that. That's what changes us, right? We see the world as we are, not as the world is. So when we change, the whole world changes around us too. So what do you have? Okay. Okay. Flying out. Wow. I love it. So you have this beautiful celebration card here. I feel like this is you doing your dance and you have your support team here. It's like the Three of Cups. These are your angels and guides and all of those beautiful spirit that are Andrew. There it goes. And we will see here sacred ceremony is the medicine, and red jasper is a healing stone that helps as well. So it says, you have attracted this card into your awareness as it is a time of celebration. The journey of life has its ups and downs, and at times we feel like we're constantly striving for the next goal. You have now entered a phase of celebration, and it's time to acknowledge your achievements. Wow. You've been putting a lot of energy um, into your projects and doing incredibly well. That project of you, right? Today, it's time to recognize how far you have come and how amazing you are. Throughout history, celebration has been a big part of life, with ceremonies created to acknowledge things such as harvest times and rites of passage. People through the ages understood that celebration was an important part of the ending of a cycle and an opportunity to receive the fruits of their labor. I like it. Have you been striving and achieving and not honoring yourself in the process? Do you feel like all you do is work and never play? Are you always serious? Have you lost the magic in your life? Well, now it's time to stop for a moment and bring in the energy of joy and celebration. It is extremely important that you take this time to give back to you, to say thank you for who you are in this world and all you bring to the table. It is easy to burn out and lack the energy and motivation to continue if you don't have times of celebration. What do you do that allows you to feel celebrated? Take yourself on a holiday, organize a night out with your friends, or go and buy yourself a present. Whatever it is, make sure to give back to you. It's time to celebrate and rejoice in being you. I like it. And then the medicine is sacred ceremony, and it says most tribes throughout history have practiced sacred ceremony as a way to celebrate and connect to and honor the divine source of all. Ceremony would also be practiced to deepen the connection of the tribe to the earth, during which they would receive her wisdom and guidance. There are many types of ceremonies, such as healing, rites of passage, passing over, marriage, initiation, celebration, and honoring of the earth or ancestors, moon cycles, and harvest times. Lot of opportunity to celebrate, right? These sacred ceremonies were a form of prayer and created an abundance of healing energy that was shared with the people, our earth, and all that inhabits her. Ceremony is defined in the dictionary as a formal, religious, or public gathering that celebrates an achievement or anniversary. Creating a ceremony or ritual is an extremely important part of honoring the essence of the celebration. The tribes would dress up in ritual clothing and participate in sacred dances and play music to honor and celebrate the important events. There was a strict protocol of how this ritual was performed, and this would be handed down through the generations. The importance of ceremony has been forgotten, and it's time to create your own ceremony to celebrate you. I like that. So, definitely, they are saying it's time to celebrate. You have done so well. You have invested so much energy, and you are definitely on the right path. They want you to celebrate how far you've come and what you've done, and create a little ceremony for you, even if it's just you doing it. But dress up, create the ceremony, what you want, how it unfolds, and what it is for. Now, red jasper is the crystal, and red jasper does help to create a sacred space, and it also aligns you to the joy of life, and it assists in honoring of the ancestors too. So, if you have red jasper, then definitely bring that into your ceremony. But I love that. What a perfect message for you, the mystical Anjou. We celebrate you. Many blessings. All right. So let's keep on going down the list. Let's take a quick drink here. All right, Rishi, you are next, and Vidi, you'll be after that. And Rishi, I am doing well. You'd like some guidance on the relationship with your parents. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. We're going to use the Witch's Tarot. Let's see what they have to say about the parental units. All right. So, what's going on? What would you like us to know about the parents, please? Okay. Okay. What else? Okay. All right. Excuse me. So, your first card here is the Chariot card. And it's such a great card to have for this situation because this is spirit telling you that you hold the power of choice within you. And it's such, it's, it's like our free will. It's our, one of the things that the heavenly realms are just so excited to witness and that we come down here to experience because back home, we have the power of choice back home, but there really is no choice. Right? I mean, if you were in a place of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, and they said, you can have this, or you can try some sadness, and we're over there going, it's okay. Why would I want that? It's like having a delicious meal and someone going, or there's this 7-day old piece of bread on the ground that has ants and dust and dirt on it, or you can have that. It's like, uh, no, thank you. There, there, we have choice, but there is like no opposites. We just we have that whole realm is full of that beautiful love, unconditional love. Well, down here, we come down here and we veil ourselves from remembering the higher realm so that we can experience opposites, conditional love and chaos and fear and resentment. It's like so delicious, this bread on the ground, because if we knew of that other choice right away, it wouldn't be a choice at all again. And so we experience all these opposites that we have down here on the earth. And that chariot card represents our power to choose that within every moment I get to choose what I feel as I go through it, and I get to choose what story that I apply to it. Now, in the beginning, I was like, I don't feel like I'm choosing spirit. Can you clarify that? And then they showed every human child is inundated and poured all these popular opinions on the supposed to be and the should be and the need to be and the have to be and the must. And it is about like when this thing happens, this is what it's supposed to mean about you and others in the world. When this thing happens, this is how you're supposed to feel when you go through it. And it's just opinion that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation. Like when we're fired from a job, it's supposed to be devastating, and it's supposed to mean I'm worthless and a failure. Oh my god, I'm supposed to be dramatic about it and fearful about it, and this is what we're taught, right? Over and over and over again. But we can change our habit. We get to choose. So if I get fired from a job, I can look at it going, "Okay, I get it. Thank you." I wasn't going to leave that job. It was dead end. It was, toxic. I would wake up every day dreading my life, and now you've removed it out of my life. So now I'm free to go into my next part of my journey, and I'm joyful and I'm thankful for it. What? That's totally opposite of what maybe we were taught. But it shows that it's not the person. I'm sorry, it's not the situation that defines the story or how we feel. It's the person that's going through it that gets to determine it. And so this chariot is a huge, beautiful experience because it's showing that the turbulence is coming from inside you with the situation. You can't control anyone else's actions or anyone else's words or anyone else's feelings. Yeah, we all can make it like harder or easier for us to choose love, unconditional love over fear, but we're the ones that have the power to choose. So it doesn't matter what happens on the outside. You get to choose what it means. And you can also look at it as that your parents are actually being instruments of spirit for you, that they're bringing this opportunity of turbulence or peace, fear or love right in front of you where you get to experience it and deal with it, but you get to be set free. Get to be set free from the power to choose only one thing, that this is what it has to mean, what's it supposed to mean, what I'm supposed to feel as I go through it. But introducing the second choice, that there's always, every moment is either a choice of the fear of losing conditional love and all those expectations, or a love, an unconditional love that is connected to the higher realms. And we get to choose in each moment. Neither is wrong, neither is right. They're just different. But when you're tired of feeling the turbulence, there's another option that you can choose if you want. And so that's where this power is coming in here for you, because this is going to change everything. It's going to allow you to move from the expectations card, the disappointment when all those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets and attitudes, all those expectations of the past, that's how we feel. When we feel we have heartbreak or turbulence or whatever those emotions that are connected to fear, that's what this represents. And it's our body going into fight or flight mode. Our heart feels the prick of going into fear. And when we understand that we're fearing letting someone down, it's the fear of losing a conditional love. We don't want to let our parents down. We don't want them to reject us and other people reject us because of this. And, but when we realize, well, I am the one that gets to decide what anything means. I'm the one that gets to decide how I feel as I go through it. It doesn't matter what other people do or say or, act. I get to decide, that, okay, thank you. You know, if they're like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah," and you're like, "Okay, thank you for bringing that to my attention." They're like, "What?" Because they're sharing information. When you take away everything else and you just see the information they're giving you. Like, Byron Katie, she's an amazing, amazing soul. She has, I think what is her book is Loving What Is, but she has a website, the work, THEWORK.com. Wonderful, free, um, it's called a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. And if you watch the videos and how it works, it sets you free because you realize, because she would say, and they're just reminding me of this, that her first husband would, she goes, he was very loud. And I used to have thoughts that he shouldn't be so loud, but then he was being very loud for me. And he would come in and he would tell me, "What is the matter with you, Katie?" And she was like, and that was a fair question. What is going on with me? She would take what they were saying, take away all the emotion, everything that was charged behind it, and go, "Oh, you're bringing this for me." And I kind of feel like this is what's happening. So if it resonates, check out Byron Katie and the work.com. Even if on YouTube, if you just search Byron, Byron, space and then Katie, Katie. She's got a ton of videos where she actually has people go on stage and goes through their judge your neighbor worksheet, and it's transformative. And so I feel like they want you to check that out if you feel drawn for that, because it's definitely sets you free in a lot of ways, which does set you free in the outside world. The Eight of Pentacles, then, with this change, with this power, with this release of those expectations and all that impact, you move up in the outside world. And it's great because that means that you move up in relationships, up like in your education or your job or your body or your finances or your possessions. You have this movement up feeling in the outside world because of this freedom that comes, and it is powerful when you realize your power of choice and that your emotions do not lie in someone else's hands. Your stories of what like life means doesn't lie in anyone else's hands. In the beginning, it's kind of like, oh no, I'm responsible for everything I felt and believed. Yeah. And you're like, oh, and they're like, I know, but look, the rest of your life, you're aware of that. And you can change your story, change your emotions if you want. And then you're like empowered instead. So I love it for you, Rishi. And I feel like that was for more than you. But so thank you everyone for listening. I think that's a very empowering things, and so many blessings to you, Rishi. All right, moving on. VD, you are up next, and then Strawberry Rose, you will be after that. So I'm just going to take another drink here. All right, so VD, so you would like some guidance on your fashion design career, your final year. Congratulations, I know, right? What opportunities does November have in store that will help you grow personally and professionally, and anything else you need to know? Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, we're going to go to the Good Tarot. And first of all, we'll just take a look here. Just any guidance on your fashion design career, any clarity that they'd like to give you. Okay. And then any opportunities in store for November, personal, professional, or what they would like you to know. And anything else. Okay. So let's take a look here. All right. So you do have, so for your confusion about your career, you've got three cards coming in. First of all, you have the Hermit card, which this is about turning inward, really finding out and connecting to your inner path. The Hermit card is, they usually have a lantern, and the lantern is your beautiful bright star, which is yourself and the spirit world guiding you on your path. And so I feel like they are saying, just really pay attention to um, your heart and go into your heart, get out of your mind about the supposed tos and the shoulds and all of that people are saying that you should do this with your career and this is the path and blah, 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 blah. It's like turn inward and upward and trust that, because you will get this page of fire, which is the page of wands. you will get your inspiration through that path and understanding what it is that you want to do with this, career, with this degree, because you also end up changing your direction slightly. You have the three of fire, the three of wands. And when you get away from all the supposed to be, the should be, and the need to be of everyone else's opinions, you connect inward and you're like, this is what I wanted to do. This is why I wanted to get into fashion design. I want to do this. I want to be a pioneer. I don't want to like, everyone wants me to go on this path. This is like the path I was headed down because that's what you're supposed to do when you're in fashion design. And this is the path that they think you should go. But you're like, but I want to bring in this with fashion design and I want to go this direction. And that is what inspires you. And then so you do make this change. You do become a pioneer in fashion design and bringing fashion design in with something else that is what like you find that heart's desire, that which makes your heart sing in that. So they're saying move inward and upward, and then you really know what you want to do, how you want to use your fashion design. And then you have opportunities coming up. Okay. All right. So you do have the Empress card. So in November, you definitely have a new birth, a new uh, harvest. This is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. You're taking care of you and your dreams in this. But three is the number of creativity, and this is new birth that's happening. So I really feel like you do move into this place because you also got because you had the Hermit card. Then you got the 9, which is also the Hermit's energy. The 9 of fire, the 9 of wands is you turning within yourself and realizing the power that you hold, and that it's only your energy that's creating blocks for moving forward, your self-doubt, your feeling like you um, shouldn't step out and do things differently. And I feel because you're moving beyond that, that look at the magic that you hold in your hands and how you realize that you were the one that was holding yourself back, because usually there's like 9 wands that are blocking you, and hand is on one of the wands, which is your ace of wands, and you move that and there's the door, it opens up and allows you through. So I feel like November, you really come into your power that way, because you also have the moon, which is card 18. When you add that together, also a 9. So moving inward is such an important piece because the moon is about connecting to the higher realms, that beautiful moon energy, trusting the cycles of the new moon and the full moon, planting things, and also diving into the unknown and the mysterious. Not, it's like heading off on your own path, which I love. Again, they're saying that you are going to be a pioneer and heading off into things. And so November brings a lot of opportunity with your dreams. And I feel like that's personal and professional. I feel like with this, living your dream is your profession. It is your personality. It's like me when they're like, well, I know that's what you do for like what you want to do for your career. Like this is what I consider I want to do for my career, is helping spread beautiful messages of love and connection to the higher realms. They're like, but what do you do for hobbies? What else do you like to do? And I'm like, there is nothing else. This is my passion, my joy. This is me. And I feel like that's what will happen to you too around this fashion design, with how you want to meld it with something else. Yeah, and the Ace of Air. So the final message, when I ask anything else, you got the Ace of Swords, which is about connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm and slicing away the expectations. So all that's supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and all that, you're slicing it, slicing it, slicing it, which frees you in November. Just this great weight lifted off, that you're like, I get to forge my path. I don't have to try to fit in to what everyone else is saying is supposed to be. I get to decide that. So love that for you, VD. I'm excited to see what you do with that, with your fashion design, and what this beautiful creative idea is and how you're going to meld that with something else. So many blessings. All right. All right. Strawberry Rose, you're up next. And then Wave Killer, you are up after that. All right. So, what does the universe want you to hear, Strawberry Rose? So, I do want to go to the Spirit Animal Oracle and we'll see what they have for you. All right, Strawberry Rose. What would the universe like you to know? You got the Stag Spirit. Take the lead. That is card number 58. Oops. And that says, whether or not you have set your intention to lead, you may have found yourself suddenly called to step up to the forefront of your life. Stag spirit is a reminder that now is a time to heed the call to be sure, strong, and compassionate. Others will look to you, and you have it within you to see through the eyes of stag spirit and walk with confidence as you take on the responsibilities that are yours. All right, there it goes. So, to take on the responsibilities that are yours now and model integrity in all that you do and in all your relationships. Be willing to see the best in others so that your compassionate heart keeps you on the right path. Stag Spirit wants you to know that your responsibilities now are to yourself too, for you are learning and developing new skills. The best in you is coming into view as you step forward with strength, knowing that Spirit supports you as you compassionately take the lead. You are a model for transformation now, sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others so they may grow and discover their best selves too. What a gift you are. Stay humble and authentic and walk your talk, for this is how a wise leader leads. Wow. I like that for you. So that is what the universe wants you to hear right now. You have the power, what a gift you are, and just lead with your compassionate heart and stay authentically you. Don't try to fit in and be someone else. Lead in your way. Show people by living your life with that compassionate heart. I love it. So that's what they have for you, Strawberry Robes. All right. Many blessings to you, and on to Wave Killer, and then Great Courts. We're going to use the animal deck to find out what animal you would be. Silly, but I love it. I love that question and how perfect that I have. Four Oracle decks, and one of them is about animals. So, Wave Killer, anything happening to you this November? Um, what do we want? Yeah, we do want to go to the good tarot here. So Great Courts, you're up next, and then Lisa or Liza, you're up after that. And again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up. It helps out the channel so much, and it helps spread the love and the Zen love and the messages of love from above. So thank you guys so much for doing that. I'm so appreciative. You guys are just hilarious and loving and awesome. All right, what else here? What else is going on in November? Anything else? Okay. All right. Well, you are going to have some transformations that are happening. You have the Nine of Air, which is the Nine of Swords. And it's normally the insomnia card, it's the nightmare card, meaning you have a lot on your mind. But this is that you're so close to letting go of all that energy that you invest in, all the mental energy you invest into trying to live up to these expectations that were given to you in life. You are just so ready. You're almost to the point of exhaustion. And I say that because you also have the 10 of wands, the 10 of fire, which means you've been investing a lot of your energy into things in life, so many things. But I like it that you have the 10 because you have the 9 of swords. This means you're so close to letting go of so many expectations, just saying, I've had enough. I just don't want to do this anymore. That is great because that's that release. And the 10 of wands is I'm just tired of investing so much of my life force and trying just to get up to ground zero, which is what happens when you have all these expectations. Takes all this energy just to get up to here to feel like you're at to zero, right? Because these are all the expectations. But without a lot of expectations, it just takes a little bit to feel abundance. Because when you have very low expectations, you do live this life of abundance. But if you have a lot of expectations, you live a life of feeling like you're lacking, right? So I feel like this is a huge transformation that happens because you also have the 5 of air, the 5 of swords, which does have to do with conflict of expectations and thoughts. And I feel for you it's more like just this mental conflict of things going back and forth in your mind. Like it's almost like you're pulled in two different directions. Like this person wants you to be happy and funny and a clown. This person wants you to be serious. And you're like, well, when I'm with them, I'll be serious. When I'm with them, I'm a clown. And when they're together, I'm screwed. And I feel like it's like when you have a situation where both of those things are together, you're like, okay, I'm just tired. I'm just gonna stop trying to please everyone in the world, and I need to get back to me. And I feel like November is this freeing time because you have had it with trying to be a people pleaser. And we all do it. That's kind of the human nature that keeps us in the game is trying we're told we're responsible for everyone else's happiness, and then we get worn out trying to make everyone happy when we can't, and it's kind of the little game that we come here to play. Eventually we get tired and worn out and go, I'm just tired of it, I'm not going to do it anymore, and then freedom comes. So I love that for you, wave killer. Many blessings. All right, great quartz. Let's take a look here. I want to see what animal would you be? And we'll see what it is. So, what animal? Okay. I love it. You are a turkey. For asking that question. They are humorous and they say you are a turkey, but it's actually not a bad card. It says, give with gratitude and grace, card number 61. But I love it. Turkey, turkey, gobble, gobble. And I like it. So, Turkey's spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality. For the turkey represents generosity and a celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive. For the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align with it by sharing your good fortune with others, whether you give money, loving guidance, the gift of listening, or kindness in any form. Immerse yourself in the flow of generous abundance, being a channel for turkey spirit and the desire of spirit to see all beings experience the blessing of plenty. Give with gratitude and grace from a wellspring of love and compassion, knowing that Spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. I like it. So, gobble, gobble, great chords. That is Spirit's message for you. What animal would you be? A turkey. Oh, I just love Spirit sense of humor. All right. So, Lisa, or Liza, you're up next. And then DK, you will be after that. So, just what message does Spirit have for you? I want to pull here from the wisdom of the Oracle. Let's see what they have going on here. All right. So, what would Spirit? Okay. Right off the bat here. Uh, breathe. Beautiful card. It's card number 29. Yep. So, of course, the essential meanings of the card are patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. It says patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course, meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. And they have both a relationship and prosperity messages. I'm going to read them both because they're short. The relationship message says, don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there's no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often, I'm sorry, the heart knows that the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. And then the prosperity message says, you have worked long and hard, your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one moving languidly, yet still progressing right now in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins this race. You will indeed win if you relax, stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. So, good message there. I know we don't like the patience message a whole lot at our human side because our human ego feels like it's only going to be here for 100 years or so, and so it's like, I've got to get everything done. Oh my god, oh my god. But our soul, of course, is eternal. They're like, calm down, we are a eternal being. You're a part of us. You don't just disappear. Your human rental car is only here for so much, but your essence comes up. So relax, breathe. So that's your message, Lisa or Liza. All right, DK. Sorry, many blessings to you, and you have a good one today. All right, DK, we will go to you, and then Honey Dip, you will be up next. So, today's reading has left you totally confused and curious. Oh, so the one earlier, because I think you're on the other side. So you mean like when you got before, you want to know KK's feelings for you and is he going to take any action towards your relationship or is he interested in someone else? Okay, let's take a look here. We will look at the good tarot. Let's see what clarity we can bring for you here. What would you like to know? Okay. All right. So this is the last card that came out, but I'm going to look at this one first because this one gets right to the heart of it. Um, Three of Cups is emotions card. And because we're asking about interested in someone else, the Three of Cups represents kind of like a love triangle, that there's, you, them, and someone else. So there is someone else that's in the picture. And um, you have the Eight of Air, which is the Eight of Swords. And so spirit is what they're bringing in around the situation is, the Eight of Air is about looking at your thoughts and your beliefs about yourself that are making you feel blinded and bound and trapped because your higher self is calling you. This is like your spiritual self, the spirit realm is calling you to this higher place that you're so much more than this human character that's going on here. And so other people's actions don't define you. They're like, we are who you are. You're a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. You come down here to have a human experience, which then we have all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and opinions that are just flooded into our mind of who we are or who we're supposed to be, who we should be, who we need to be. And that's what is bringing this restrictive feeling. But there's this freedom that comes as you connect yourself to this higher place. And you do have the messenger of earth, which is the knight of pentacles, the knight of earth. And what the knight is in search for is because all knights have a quest. This knight is in search of uh, their worth as it is related to the outside world. That's the quest that you are on right now. And you know, I know it really sucks when we discover that someone that we care about also cares about someone else. It doesn't mean that they don't care about us. It just means that they care about more than one person, right? And um, I know in my relationships, let me see, was it three? Three out of the five ended up having interactions outside of our relationship. And yeah, it tore my heart apart. It felt like it tore my heart apart until I realized later that looking over these relationships, even the other two, not so much the last one, but the second one, I felt mistreated me and disrespected me in other ways besides that, and didn't do that, but did it disrespected me in other ways. And all that were mirrors for me. And when I looked back over those relationships, I realized that each of them were these amazing masters and teachers that had agreed to be these mirrors for me in my life to show me continually how I felt about myself until I saw it. And yeah, when I was going through it, I didn't see that. I just saw that that person is a jerk and that one's a jerk and rah, 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 right? But when I, of course, reached a certain point where, my higher self called me to a higher place, a higher perspective, and I got to see it all, it was like, boom. I'm like, wow. One of the books that helped me was The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. If you haven't read it and it resonates, check it out because a spoiler alert, one place in it, they ask, "What do you look for in a mate?" And when I looked over all the other ones, I'm like, "You know what? They always just respect me in one way or another. I want someone who respects me for me." And it's good. I was like, "Okay, that's good. That feels right." Okay. And then I read the next paragraph, and of course, Dr. Chopra, I think he's a doctor, he says, what you're looking for in someone else, you need to find within yourself. Ah, that book went flying across the room. I felt so betrayed. How dare you draw me in to slap me in the face with my own needs? But it was really eye opening because I realized I wasn't respecting myself because I was looking for my happiness out inside of someone else. I was sacrificing everything in my life to try to be who I thought they wanted me to be instead of honoring me and being me. So I know that this is a tough situation to be in, DK, and anyone else that this resonates with. Um, but in the long run, it is freeing and empowering, and we get to see and be ourselves in so much more an authentic way, in a truthful way. We get to express who we really are. We get to become our own best friend, and we connect to that beautiful love that we don't fear losing because we can never lose it. And then life just takes on a whole new meaning and looks completely different. So that is what they have for you, DK. So many blessings to you. You hang in there. All right, Honey Dip, you're up next. Hey, Vanny, welcome. You will be up next after Honey Dip. All right. So you want to know, Honey Dip, is the person calling you from an unknown number someone you want calling you or someone you don't want calling you? Okay. Uh-oh. Let's take a look. If you're in the United States, it's probably just a political phone call coming through these days. I'm like, oh my gosh. You can tell our midterm elections are here, or election time. Texts and phone calls and everything else. All right. So let's take a look here. Do you want to pick up the phone? Well, you got the Five of Pentacles coming in. The Five of Pentacles is about this journey of worth and, um, how we look to the outside world for our worth and how, we feel abandoned and left out in the cold. I mean, quite literally, it's in the snow, but it's this feeling of not getting what you want from the outside world. So I feel like this is someone, well, let's see. I mean, it's someone that in the past has made you doubt your worth. Yeah, because it did bring in a lot of fire and a lot of action and a lot of communication in the past, to where you eventually changed course because the Son of Pentacles is like you thought you had planted something that you wanted, and when the fruit started to come, you were like, "I'm out," and it's like you left a situation abruptly, or the situation ended abruptly. So I feel like it is someone from the past that has rattled your worth cage, and whether that's someone you do want calling you or not is up to you, right? Because you're like, am I ready to pick that up and see if I've grown about my self-worth? And to where you pick it up and they're all blah 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 blah, or hey, I want to get back together, and you're like, oh, I understand, but I think it's better if we don't. So please don't call me anymore and go on with your lovely life. Yeah, because you have the Four of Cups, emotional stability. You've got the Three Cups that you were bored with in life, and the Ace of Cups that was offered to you from a higher place, a different place. So, yeah, I feel like this is an old relationship, uh, possibly, or friendship, or whatever, whoever it was, or even family member, whoever it was. It didn't necessarily need to be romantic, but it's someone that made you doubt your love and someone that you have cut off, and it's like coming back in. But it happens for a reason, so it brings up the old memories, the old experiences, and am I ready to let that go, or do I want to continue, um, experiencing it? You know what I'm saying? So, uh, it's up to you. Will you pick up? Will Honey Dip pick up the phone? Tune in next week to find out. So that's what they have for you there, Honey Dip. So hopefully that answered your question. Many blessings to you. All right, Vanny, You're like, what's in store for you in November regarding a job? All right, let's take a look here. See what we've got going on. All right. Let's see what is happening here. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Well, you do have a new opportunity that's coming in. You got the full card, which is ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new. So you really are moving into this new adventure in your life, new opportunity. And the Eight of Wands is a lot of energy. It's fast. It comes in fast and furious. So you're going to have a new opportunity in job come in November. So I love that. Now you are. I feel like you're going to have a choice because you have the Two of Cups, which is emotional choice, but you also have the Chariot, which is choice. So you got choice and choice. And I kind of feel like there's going to be two options that come in for you, at least two, and that you have to decide what you want to do. Like, which one do you want to take? So I like that. Not only job, but jobs. And you have the Seven of Wands, which Seven of Wands is your energy, and you don't have to defend your decisions. You don't have to defend what you're wanting to do. You're going to be in a position that other people are going to be jealous. They feel lower than you. And so, because they feel lower than they feel like they're down here and they feel you're already up here. So they already want to bring you down to be miserable with where they are. But you get these opportunities and that makes them go, wow. And then you take this great opportunity and then they're like, get back down here. But what you can do, one, just have compassion on them, realizing that they already feel like they're way down here and you can do things to lift them up like, hey, they're going to be hiring more, let me put in a good word for you, or I'll let you know when the job opening's coming up and what other opportunities. And they're like, "Oh, you would do that for me?" And then that helps them feel like they're being raised up and that they're not being left behind. And it just helps spread the love that way. So I like it for you, Vanny. Got some good stuff coming your way. So many blessings to you. That's the message for you. All right. Hey, Divya. Welcome, welcome. Misha. Hey. Thank you, guys. All right. And Divya, you are up next here. And then we'll see here. I might be able to get to you, Michael, here. I'm hitting my 2 hour mark right now, which I try to keep it to 2 hours just to maintain my energy. But let me see how many more I'll do. So Divya, let's take a look here. How would you like to know? You would like to know V's current feelings and how stubbornness would go. All right, let's take a look here. So, what are V's current feelings? Okay. And what about the stubbornness here? All right. Well, V's current feelings, you got the Empress, which is new birth, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is about new opportunities, new things in the outside world that are coming in. So there is this newness that's coming in. I feel in both of your lives because it feels like this. I'm not sure if this is new between the two of you or if there's new things that are coming outside of you two. Let's take a look here and look at the stubbornness. Wow. Okay. So yeah, the wait is over. The patience is gone. There's new love that's coming in, which brings you both the feeling of finding your wholeness from within yourself. So I feel like maybe you've been really waiting around and waiting around and waiting around with this. It feels like you've just been hanging out, waiting. But there's these new things that are coming in the outside world. That would be like stubbornness, right? But it's like it's like that waiting time is over because new love, not old love, new love comes in that makes you feel like your outside world is full. So whatever this changes that coming in, it is for your highest good. So I kind of feel like it's um, like you get new interest that comes into your life, and so do they. Like something that draws you both. Like you're just like, "Oh, no, no, it's okay. I'm going over here." Something just draws you in, something that's so much more in alignment with making you feel fulfilled. I mean, you've got the Empress. I mean, all of this is all about, newness, fulfillment in the outside world, new opportunities, new love, and movement out of stagnation for you here. So, yeah, I don't feel like V is going to be the one that is going to be this interaction. I feel like you both are being drawn into new directions, but it ends up being Nine of Pentacles, which is like, boom, you feel this wholeness and this completeness inside through it. So I really feel like that is um, a great place to head off to. I know when it's happening, but I feel like it's almost like you're both okay with it. I just feel like at the same time, something catches both of your eyes in different directions, whether it is, a relationship or job or career or opportunity or something. Because it can even be, like there's this opportunity for school or a job that's out of the city, somewhere else, out of the country, and it's like, okay, bye, psh, and new adventure, see ya. That's what I feel is coming through that. So, yeah, that's what they have for you. Many blessings. All right, Michael, you are up. Is Libra committed to just you? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. See what spirit would like you to know. All right. So let's take a look here. Libra committed to just Michael. Okay. Can you tell me more about this, please? Well, they are being a little bit secretive here. You have the Ten of Swords, which is about you're ready to stop trying to live up to expectations. Like you're exhausted trying to be everything that someone is trying um, that you think they want you to be, right? So you have all this stuff that you feel that you are supposed to be in order to get their attention. Because they have the Six of Wands, which normally is the recognition card, but I feel like the combination of these two is what you know, it's like you feel you have to do so much to get like meet their expectations to feel like they praise you for something, right? Like you feel victorious. And like I was talking about before, when there's so many expectations, you feel like you have to do so much to just meet it and like, and they're like, oh, good boy, good boy. You're just like, oh, geez. Um, and you have the Seven of Pentacles, which I feel that you have been very patient, waiting for the fruit to unfold. Like you've been putting in the work, as they say in, I think it's Zen Buddhism. You chop wood and you carry the water. You've been doing all the stuff, trying to do all the stuff, but the fruit has taken forever to get here to where you're at this point where you're contemplating, is this what I want? And that's what you do. You planted a apple tree, and now you waited for the roots and the trunk eventually grew, and then the branches, and then the leaves and then the blossoms, and now you're starting to see fruit, and you're like, is it really worth it? Is it really what I want? And I'm not sure. And I feel like you are looking to change directions because not only do you have the Page of Wands, which is a new passion, new desire, new drive, you're like at a fork in the road where you're deciding whether you want to, should I stay or should I go? And you have your mental thoughts and then your emotional thoughts that are kind of in conflict. But you have the Magician card, which is about the divine masculine making choices for you, and the Four of Pentacles is this journey of your self-worth to where you're realizing that a lot of stuff in the outside world, relationships, situations, things have been disappointing, which are pointing you back inward to your heart. And I feel with you moving inward and upward that you're connecting, to more of your intuition, understanding what it is that really would make your heart sing and the direction you want to go. So I feel like with this um, question coming up, that I almost feel like you want the answer to be yes. I mean, that they're not just committed to you in your relationship. I almost feel like you feel like you're trapped, like you feel like you have so much energy you have to put in to get very little out of it. And you are really seeing that disappointment in that, both relationship, it's not making you feel the way you thought it would. Job, education, body, money, possession, whatever, all that stuff is just really, I feel like it's falling short for you. And you're being pointed inward and upward to find what truly is going to make you happy, one, but what do you really want in your life? And I feel like you're at that crossroads where you're working that out. So, um, I don't, they wouldn't tell me about whether it is just them. I mean, if they're in a committed relationship, I feel like they're allowing you to see why you're asking and what you're really wanting. And cards popped out here. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So again, they're saying this is you calling yourself higher. Your human self, your soul is calling you to this higher place, somewhere where you would feel this 10 of Pentacles, where you feel like your life is overflowing, and you don't feel that now. But it's your energy. You hold the magic wand. The block that's here, this wall that you feel you're going up against, you hold that Ace of Wands, like we said with that Page of Wands and the Magician. You hold the ability and the power. You can move it and then walk through this energy. So that's what they have for you, Michael. So I know sometimes they ask a question answer a question with a question. It's like, are they committed? And they're like, are you committed? And it's like, oh, okay. I see the mirror now. But so that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, Michael. Hang in there. All right, MD. Let's take a look here. I want to know, can you please have a career? Okay, looking for a job. So what would you like, MD 007, International MD of Mystery? What would you like them to know about the job? Okay. Anything else? No. Okay. So your first card coming in is the Shadow Nose, and the shadow is like is a piece of yourself. And right now you're in this place of having your beliefs around job shaken up. And it's because they're showing you here. And in fact, let me show you all three, because the three cards are all cups, all emotions. And the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind the emotions and things that no longer serve you, because you're headed off to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And it's like an important thing to let go of old ideas around career, old emotions around career and job and what it means about you, and head off into really focusing on not the expectations, not the, well, this is what I should do and I'm supposed to do and blah blah blah, because that doesn't bring you passion. You have the Four of Cups here, and these three cups are the types of jobs you had before, and look how bored they are. They're just like, oh yeah, it may have, checked the check boxes of my shoulds and supposed tos and need tos, but no passion there. I'm not living my dream. I'm not living my passion. And leaving the Eight of Cups is like heading towards your dream, that which makes your heart sing, as well as this card here, because here's the Ace of Cups that's being offered to you. And again, you have the Page of Cups offering you the Ace of Cups. So all of these are about really getting in tune with your heart, getting out of your mind. It's even showing here, get out of your mind, because it's all this that is in, you know, what you've been conditioned to think is the best thing for you. But there's a difference between living what you feel is the best thing for you and existing and living your dream and living. And I feel like that's where they're giving you advice is kind of let go of the old way that, like, oh, well, I've always worked in this field. It's what I'm good at. It's what I get paid well for. Yeah, but are you living when you do that? Or are you just existing? So it's like you might have to take a little bit of a pay cut here or there, alter your life a little bit to live your dream, but they're saying live your dream. That's what you came here for. The world needs you to express that love within you in your own special, unique way, not trying to fit into the other things. So that's what I feel is coming in there. So that's what they have for you, MD. Many blessings to you and good luck. May your dreams come true. All right, Baki, you are up next here. I'm not sure how many more I'm going to do here, but let me take a look here. All right, so can you pursue your ambition? Okay, so let's take a look here. Can you pursue your ambition? Let's take a look here. It almost seems like the previous message was also for you, Baki. But let's take a look here and see what they have. Yeah. Yeah. So you've got the Five of Wands, and you also have the Knight of Wands. And the Five of Wands is about conflict. It's about where you're investing your energy, how you're investing your energy, and it's kind of like there's conflict either, and maybe it's not inner conflict as much as, well, it's probably inner conflict because you have outer conflict of people telling you where you should invest your energy and how it should be done. But this is you're the Knight of Wands on a quest to gain your power back and to invest energy where you want to invest it. And and you also have the World card here, which is the ending of major cycles and the beginning of a new adventure. So pursue your ambition, yes, because the conflict is that you're kind of feel you're torn between doing what is expected and what you should do, and all the people around you pressuring you to do it. Like, no, you need to go into this, and you're like, oh, but no, I want to go do this. No, you need to go do this, and it's people that are in prominent, authoritarian positions around you, maybe parents or older siblings or spouses or in-laws or whatever it might be, that are telling you, no, you need to do it this way. And it's like, no, Spirit says you get to find your power and you get to express yourself in your unique way. And so it's the ending of old cycles and the moving into new things. So that is what they have for you, Baki. So many blessings for you. All right. So Polami Sarkar. Let's take a look here. Is Bashal coming back and should you wait or move on? All right. So, what can you tell Palami about Bashal, please? Hmm. Can I get clarity on that one? Hmm. Okay. So I feel like, I mean, this is what you want is you want this wish fulfillment. You want this, to come true, but this is how you feel. You feel abandoned, left out in the cold, and, left without, just without. And they're showing here the Justice card and the Chariot. Now, the Justice card is about balancing out. You have the Ace of Swords here, and the Ace of Swords allows you to connect to higher truths, capital T truths, which allows you to let go of expectations, allows you to let go of, those small T truths that are rooted in fear of losing conditional love and all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that, we've been told need to be um, obeyed in order to be lovable and acceptable. These things define me. But then you have the Chariot card, which sets you free because this is you, and it's you have the power to choose what anything means about you and what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. So you get to create the story, you get to create the emotions. And I feel like, um, with the letting go of the expectations and letting go of those things and you getting to choose what something means and what you want to feel, I feel like, you know what you want to do. And I think it is that you do not want to wait, that you deserve something more. You get to choose your life, and that's no longer just a waiting by the side. You get to be the one in the justice seat, balancing out your life and making the decisions without expectations of the past. But what do you want? You get to choose, and you get to make this movement, not waiting for someone. It's like, you know what? Um, it's been enough time, and I know what I want for my life, and it doesn't require a person. I get to pursue what I want, and I feel like that's where you're at in this power right now. So with those cards, that's what I feel is coming through for you. All right. All right, everybody. There are so many more. And um, thank you guys so much for all of the thumbs up. It helps out my channel so much. It helps spread the Zen love. It helps uh, other of my videos get put out there for other people to see. And it's totally free, which is the great price. But I thank you guys so much for all of you that did hit the thumbs up. Now's a good time to do it if you haven't already. We're going to end this session because I've been on for almost 2.5 hours and I got to go rest and prepare because I will be back at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So in less than 6 hours. So if you if I didn't get to you now, my apologies. I know I always say I battle with my guilt of not being able to get to everyone, but if I don't balance myself, I won't be here doing any of them. So please accept my apologies for not reaching to you in this reading. You can come back later. I will also be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. and Sunday 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. and then 7 p.m. Every night of the week. So if you need an answer right now, I also have a bunch of recorded readings that are from Spirit as well. Weekly energy updates. November's monthly readings are out already. I had pinned those before. In fact, let me do that real quick here too, just for ease, so you don't have to scroll all the way back up. Oh yeah. So I also have my weekly giveaway that will be closing tomorrow. So if you want to check that out, there's the video for that. And here's the weekly updates. And then also, here's the playlist for November. And I have pick a card readings and some others as well. So if you go to the description box of this video, the playlists are there, or go to my main page and you'll see all the playlists that are out there. I even just put out a pick a card for Halloween. So, like, trick or treat, what's headed your way? So you can check that one out too. But uh, and if you're in absolute need and you keep trying, the earlier you come into and post your question, um, the more likely I am to get to your answers. So that helps. But I also offer personal readings at a slight fee, and all that is down in the description box of the video as well. So if you're in absolute need and you can't make any of them, we can set something up that way too. So many blessings to all of you. I thank you so much for all your love and all your energy and all your support. Please know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until we meet again, everyone, you hang in there, you take care of yourselves, and we will talk to you soon. You take care.